Hello, everyone. My name is Tijaha Richardson. I am from Mississippi. I'm 24 years old, and I'm interested in filming. Last year in 2020, I actually graduated from the University of Southern Miss as a media production major and Black Studies minor. I've been pretty much like passionate about film since I was little. Um, I got all into different types of things. Just got very interested into it whenever I started like watching behind the scenes on like DVDs and stuff like that, seeing how they structured and decided to be able to like make the film as far as like camera shots, costume designing, choosing the actors based on the roles that they believe that they would fit very well. But that's pretty much a little introduction about myself. I want to say like the film stuff, just in case you want to ask me questions about that. I can get even more deeper into it. But yeah, that's pretty much like who I am. Me, I just really, really love films. As I've said before, I'm very passionate about it. I started becoming interested in film around like, I would say about 11, 12 years old. And I started getting my parents like DVDs and VHS tapes if they even have the option to like show special features. I used to watch special features on those to be able to learn like the background of the story, how did they come up with it, and just like the filming aspect of it. It was just really, really cool to me. And I fell even more deeper in love to it whenever I got into high school and I took digital media classes and I learned how to video edit through using Premiere, Adobe. I learned how to use like Dreamweaver, Final Cut Pro, all just pretty much all the Adobe stuff. I don't think we learned InDesign, but we pretty much just bounced around. But really, my strong suit was video editing. So I really fell deep in love with that. And then whenever I talked to my mom about what I wanted to go into, I've said many things like I wanted to be an artist, I wanted to be a journalist, I wanted to be I have so many talents that I didn't know how I would roll them all into one. And I love taking pictures and like filming stuff, like taking my mom's camera or taking her phone and just making like small videos off of it. I was like, I don't know how in the world I'm gonna combine all this. And my mom, she thought about it. She was like, she said, Taja, God just told me something. I said, what? She said, you should become a producer director. I said, hmm. So I looked further into it. I was like, yeah, it combines all of my love of especially film and then all my love for writing and creating stories and then just wanting to pretty much like tell stories through the medium of video.
Mm.
Um, but I really did fall in love with that. That definitely it shot like my interest and my love for film really shot off whenever I got in high school and did digital media classes. Then
Mm.
I decided to major into media production when I got into university. Uh, but yeah, I just really have a love for it, and I really don't see myself doing anything else but filmmaking. I really don't.
Mm.
Like, I looked at everything else. I'm like, no, I don't like. I don't feel it. I don't feel that spark. I don't feel like I'm connected to it. So, yeah, that's and to this day, I know that this is my purpose and this is what I want to go into. And I want to tell untold stories from various perspectives, specifically in the Black community, but also in other communities that are besides just Caucasian. I want to be able to tell stories of people of different colors because we need more representation in the media of us, positive representation.
Right.
But yeah, that's filmmaking wise for me. I'm way more comfortable when it comes to video editing, and I'm
Okay.
also way more comfortable when it comes to screenwriting because
Okay.
I've been writing since like forever. Like I still have my books full of like poetry that I used to write. And I actually just took or got through with screenwriting class not too long ago. So I have a story in plan for that as well. And it's circled around a girl that is from Mississippi. She's an African American girl. And it incorporates like mythology, like African mythology and magic and all types of stuff like that. So my strong suit is definitely writing and video editing. I don't know why. It's just like whenever I whenever I do like video editing, I always like play music like calming music in the background. For some reason, I get really, really creative in that area. Those two areas, those are my strong points. I would like to strengthen like moving, like working with the camera too. But I'm working on that while I'm at like my church because I'm part of the production team there. So
Okay.
yeah, but those are two areas that are like my strong suit as of right now. Oh my goodness. Okay. It's like both sides of the coin when it comes to video editing. I love it, but then if you like do like for example, I did my capstone project and I had to
Okay.
film a documentary. I actually have it posted, but I had to do it as a capstone project. When I tell you it took me forever to edit a 31-minute documentary.
Mm.
I like, and then some stuff kept missing. Like if I wanted to push something off to the side, I'm missing like a few areas. It's it's a love and hate relationship when it comes to video editing for me. But that one, like it's sometimes it's unpleasant. Video editing is sometimes unpleasant, and sometimes screenwriting for me as well because I usually like if I write too much, I get writer's block.
Mm. Mm.
But it's like it's love hate relationship, especially for video editing. Writing, not so much, but video editing is love and hate. And sometimes I'll be like, I want to be my computer because it won't turn on, or the the program decides to shut down.
Right, right.
But yeah, I would definitely say that. Um, but everything else, not so much with like hate, but definitely video editing for me.
Okay.
But,
Yeah.
yeah, I have a couple. One definitely from my childhood. My mom used to have me to watch a lot of Spike Lee films.
Oh,
He was he was
yes.
he was one of my first. Also Quentin Tarantino. I watched some stuff with my dad with that one. So those two definitely. More current ones are Ava DuVernay. I look up to
Mm.
her as well. The very first film that I saw by her, I actually saw in class. It's called 13.
All
So,
right.
but I like 13. I don't know why I like 13 more. But yeah, that what else did I look up to? I cannot remember the director's name, but she actually directed a Disney film called Ruby Bridges, and that was like whenever they tackled like topics like that back then. I cannot remember her name, but I actually listed her on one of my videos that I made.
Mm.
I never knew about her until now. I think her name was Usain Halsey, if I'm correct.
Mm.
But it was a black woman. She's a director as well. I love that movie. Like I watched that movie so many times I remember like to the core.
Right.
And then one of my favorite movies by Spike Lee is Crooklyn. That was actually my very first movie. That
Yeah.
was I watched forever and a day. But yeah, those three I can name off the top of my head that I do look up to within the filming industry from past. Yeah, I probably I probably would do a documentary. Mainly, I would say, especially like whenever it's like really in all communities, addressing a lot about like colorism,
Mm.
where it stems from, how that pretty much starts up. Because I never like I speak out, but then I don't. I'm a person that sits back and listens and observes.
Mm.
But I've seen that as a prayer problem even throughout my years. I even been like whenever in the past I was bullied because of my skin
Oh.
color. But I would definitely like reflect on that as well as like how it roots to racism because it was kind of like the birth of racism because they
Mm.
separated us like well my community by color and things like that. Have people working in the house, have people working out in the field. Um, but that I would definitely address. I don't think too many people talk about colorism.
Mm.
But yeah, I would definitely talk about that for sure. It's like it's I would say 50-50 on each side for me whenever it comes to like storytelling. Because sometimes it is easy, but sometimes it's it's a bit challenging. I guess it depends on what story I am telling. Because the thing is within my writing, especially like my first one that I'm doing, it's also it's reflecting on myself as well because I see pieces of myself in each character that I create. Um, so it gives that personal aspect as well. But also, I want to make characters that people also relate to. And me being as a real world person, I want to be able to make characters that people relate to. And I would love to be able to work with many different people of color to be able to bring in like their influences and their perspectives on the characters as well. Be able to get like a I would say accurate like way, like pretty much look through the lens of how it would be to be an Asian person in America, or be an Indian person in America, or a Native American person in, or a Hispanic person in America in general. But that's pretty much like yeah. I would say 50-50 for me. Um, So, all right, the reason why I started this my dance organization is because of the fact that one, my love of K-pop, like it goes beyond forever, like seriously. I started getting into K-pop in 2009 because I started out with J-pop first, and then I transitioned into K-pop because I always was curious. Like I love listening to music. Pretty much like music, to be honest. You every single time you see me like walking around, I most likely have my headphones on. But I wanted to see how music list was like sounded like around the world from like different genres and things. And I started getting into J-pop music. Then I transitioned over into K-pop music. And then on top of that, I have a love for dancing, art, all of um especially it's like it's a way for me to like express myself but also to be able to release stress too. But I started my dance organization at the University of Southern Miss, and it's called K-pop Daebak. um and now that I've graduated, I passed it on to someone else. And I told my mom, I think it was a summer, but yeah, it was pretty much no, it was actually 2019, um, my first semester into my senior year. I told my mom that I wanted to start a nonprofit organization called K-pop Day by Dance Company, to name after the organization that I started at USM, my dance organization, but to also create a nonprofit organization slash community center for kids in the inner city to be able to come there and not only have a safe space to be able to practice the talents and the gifts that God has given them within the arts, but also I wanted to focus on the importance of lifting them up in education as well. I want to be my target audience. I want to be able to target like kids as well as like young adults to be able to give them an opportunity to be able to have a safe space to be able to come to. Because me as a person, I'm a philanthropist as well, and as well as a AmeriCorps member. I actually volunteer in Jackson, Mississippi, and I tutor children in the inner area. But my love for volunteering and helping other people, it started at a young age. My mom volunteered with us. My dad is actually an ordained pastor. So I actually started volunteering at a very young age. And it's actually at the same place that I volunteered at as a AmeriCorps member, which is Stupak Community Center Services. And I just really want to help the youth and to be able to give them a place where they can be able to be free in their art. Because down here, like where I live, and really in America in general, they lift up sports more often than they would lift up the aspect of art. So I want to be able to like give people more, like give kids more opportunities to be able to grow within their talents and gifts, no matter where they are, especially like in the South, because there's not many like opportunities for kids in the South, especially like for me, for example, filmmaking. There's not that much for me down here. I don't have a spot to be able to like do too much besides me going to the church and doing the production team. That's pretty much about it. But other than that, there's not that many like opportunities to be able to like practice like different
Right.
types of art, like dancing and filmmaking, all types of other stuff. But that's the main reason why I started my nonprofit organization. Um, but yeah, it's pretty much. Yeah. I as you like in the background, I actually have a poster of BTS right here. Um, I've been standing like the group that I've stayed the longest is actually I don't want to mispronounce their name because there's so many multiple like ways to say their name. Um, Shinny, yeah, I'm gonna say that Shinny.
Okay.
I stand them. That was actually my very first K-pop group that I stand. But now I'm like, I grew apart from them, and now I'm standing like 17. I've been with them since pre-debut, and then BTS as well as as well as other groups like girl groups Everglow.
Mm.
Let's see who else. Girls' Generation. They're old for me. Who else am I into? Oh, Card. I love Card. But yeah, yeah. I have a whole lot of groups. that I'm into,
Okay.
but yeah, I'm a hardcore K-pop fan. All right. Well, I grew up as a believer. And my mom, we actually the church that we go to, I've actually been at that church since I was little. And then a short period of time, we ended up transitioning over to another church where my dad ended up pastoring at. But I go to Word of Life Church in Flowood, Mississippi, and I have a strong, like my strong sense of faith. It really does come from the root because the thing is, I would not be as far as I am without God. Seriously, the things that me and my family have gone through, He has literally like helped us every step of the way. Like for example, during my year at the University of Southern Miss, the day that I stepped on campus, me and my family were officially homeless. I literally had no home to go back to. My home was literally that campus. My phone was this laptop that I have right now. Still have and it still works well. Um, but when that period, it was the most like challenging for me because the thing is, while I was on that campus, not only was I worried about like doing well in school and things like that, but I was also worried about the well-being of my parents and my little sister. And they had to drive at least about 2 to 3 hours to be able to come pick me up like during holidays and things. They were staying with my grandmother in the Delta at the time. They had to come back and forth like only those times whenever they had to pick me up off campus and they wanted us to move off campus. That was really the only time that saw them. And for one entire year, I did not see them in person.
Uh,
Um, and I only talked to them on my laptop as a phone. I use Google Voice for me to be able to talk to them. I use Wi-Fi. And like for example, if I like went around on campus, like if I had night classes, I had my mom on my laptop and she would be listening to me as I was walking in the dark. Um, and I just talked to her and watch my surroundings and things like that. At the time, my dad was very sick too. Um, he got injured on the job like whenever I was like 16 years old, but he's been struggling with his health ever since, and he's a lot better now.
that's good.
He still has like a bit of issues, like because he has a cyst on his head and things like that. He got injured on his head. Um, he developed diabetes as well, but God has been healing him all throughout the years, and he's gotten better and better. Um, but if it wasn't for God, I literally would not be how far I am right now. That is why I'm so strong about my faith and why I push out like the story of Jesus to everyone else and how important it is to have a relationship with God. That's pretty much like the basis of my channel. And I love uplifting people. And a lot of people, they always come up to me for advice. And it's not me just giving the advice to them, it's from my parents giving me wisdom as well as God giving them wisdom to tell me. And people have always commented and always appreciated like how like well, I say how mature I am for my age. I've always been mature. People have always called me mature since I was like 12 years old.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's why I'm so really like strong about my faith because literally I would not be where I am right now without him. And
Right.
you know, I just want to share that. I would love to tell those type of stories. That's actually one of my areas I would like to go into as well. Definitely for sure. Besides just like the other stuff. But yeah, I would definitely like to go in the faith field area for sure. And specifically, I could be able to target like people that want to tell their stories. Um,
Mhm.
for that, as well as how has God showed up and showed out throughout their life. So that would definitely, yeah, I definitely want to do that for sure. Besides just like fantasy and and like things about like the truth and like racism and all that stuff. With my YouTube channel, I actually started that I believe in I would say I think 2019. Yeah. I can't remember. I have to go back on my YouTube channel to see when I started. But I probably had my YouTube channel for about at least a year right now. Not only do I manage that one, I actually manage my a nonprofit branches YouTube channel because I do dance covers on there too. So
Mm.
I have
Okay.
updated, I haven't updated in a while, but for my main like YouTube channel, my personal one, why I say that I'm a motivational content creator is because of the things that I do make to be like motivational to others. If they ever want to get into like going wanting to build a relationship with Christ, I would love for them to be able to check out my channel. I actually came up with the idea for me to like do like 5 minute motivational content videos. Like I find like random pictures of like motivational quotes
Mhm.
that I've either heard during like living throughout my life or that I pretty much like read or that I just run up on. I make videos about videos with that and it has like some good music in the background like you can listen to in the morning for like 5 minutes if you would like to. I also make videos about like self-care as well. I started like wanting to do that as well because of everything that transpired like last year. We had plenty of time, and how it's really important to take care of yourself mentally and as well as physically as well as spiritually. How very important that is. So I definitely wanted to capitalize on that too, like self love. It's like a work in progress. I'm trying to figure out like which direction I'm trying to go in. But yeah, but those two right there I've been doing also on my Instagram every single Monday every week. I do like motivational pick me up and also like my random pictures as well. And I also started asking questions about like just random different things, just like a question of the week or question of the day for people that do go onto my Instagram and they want something to be able to help them start off their week off right, something that's motivational and anything that I find like say find any pictures or anything I'll be like, God, use me and see which ones that you want me to use that can possibly speak to someone during the day. Because I don't know what a person is going through each and every single day. And there might be something that I do find very motivational, like any quotes that could help them like wake up or they need to know something or give them that extra push to keep going. But that's why I pretty much like consider myself as a content creator with motivational like speaking and things like that. But yeah, I don't know why. I just a lot of people just like flock to me when it comes to like advice and and pumping them up and lifting them up. So yeah, that's why I went into like the area of being like like motivational in general. So I thrive there.
Right, 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 right.
I actually heard about the AMBW community when I was younger. I ended up looking into like interracial like relationships, and I actually like go for it seriously. I love it. I love interracial relationships, especially like AMBW. It's beautiful. But I actually ran up on it whenever I was younger because I was like interested in like interracial dating and things like that. I haven't like dipped into like dating yet per se. I just been like just focusing on myself and doing like self-love things because many times in my life I just feel like I'm just like too busy to be dating. But my thoughts about it for sure, I definitely love it. And I'm glad that people are willing to like step out of their comfort zones of just dating the same race or like all the time. Feel free to be able to explore, not only for you to explore like go around the world and just travel and see different things, but also do it in your dating life. I highly encourage it because that's what I want to do. So yeah, but yeah, I was very interested in it whenever I was younger. AMBW was like one of the things I would definitely into, and I fell in love with like Asian guys when I jumped into K-pop and J-pop. So
Okay.
so if you want to keep up with me, for sure, definitely follow me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is at groundbreaking boss. Pretty much BAWSE, like boss, like Lily Singh boss. Yeah. I love her. But you can find me on Instagram. You can also find me on YouTube. I can give all the information to you
Yeah,
for
yeah, for sure.
send all that. Definitely subscribe to me on YouTube if you need some motivational content every single week or on Instagram. Most likely, I'll be posting weekly on my Instagram, so definitely do that. Follow me on there as well. But yeah, YouTube and Instagram, definitely hit me up on there. Also have a LinkedIn account if you want to connect professionally. Yeah, I have a lot of links. So.
For sure. Yeah,